In modern history, leadership in Africa has emerged from various backgrounds, including academics, intellectuals, soldiers, and revolutionaries. While a good formal education is often considered an important component of effective leadership, some of the most powerful and influential leaders had very little or no formal academic background. Most of these leaders rose to power through military coups, liberation movements, or sheer force of personality. In today's video, therefore, we are going to cover the top 10 least educated African presidents. Number 10. Paul Kagame, Rwanda. Paul Kagame is considered one of the least educated presidents in Africa, as he received his secondary education in Uganda but did not pursue higher education due to political instability in his home country of Rwanda that affected his early life as a refugee in Uganda. After completing secondary school, Kagame traveled to the US for military training at the US Army Command and General Staff College. Despite his low academic qualifications, Kagame has done a great job in transforming Rwanda post the genocide with major investments in infrastructure, digital development, and governance reforms. Number 9. Jacob Zuma, South Africa. Jacob Zuma, the former president of South Africa, received only basic primary education and never attended high school or university. He is regarded as one of the least formally educated presidents in Africa, reportedly leaving school around grade 5. Despite having low level of education, Zuma was a political genius, rising to political prominence through activism, self-education, and association with the African National Congress. Number 8. Muammar Gaddafi, Libya. The former and late president of Libya, Muammar Gaddafi, had no university degree but attended a military academy and was mentored by the late and former Egyptian president Gamal Abdel Nasser. Gaddafi rose to power in 1969 through a bloodless military coup and ruled Libya with an iron fist for 40 years until his assassination in 2011. Despite lacking formal higher education, Gaddafi was an ideological thinker who transformed Libya through sweeping reforms, nationalizing oil resources, and promoting a unique blend of socialism and Islamic values. Number 7. Siad Barre, Somalia. Siad Barre, the former president of Somalia, had little formal education but was trained in military and political tactics by both the Italians and the Soviet Union. Siad Barre became the president of Somalia in 1969 through a military coup and ruled Somalia for over 2 decades. Upon becoming the president, Barre implemented scientific socialism and centralized power, crushing opposition leaders and managing tribal tensions through authoritarian measures. His regime would later collapse in 1991, leading to decades of civil war in Somalia. Number 6. Laurent Kabila, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Laurent Kabila, the former president of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, had only basic primary education and became the president in 1997 following a military coup that ousted Mobutu Sese Seko. Despite not being highly educated, Kabila was a very good political and military strategist, which played a key role in his rise to the top seat in the country. Kabila's reign came to an end in 2001 after he was brutally assassinated, and his son Joseph Kabila would then become the president. Number 5. Bedel Bokassa, the Central African Republic. Bedel Bokassa became the president of the Central African Republic in 1966 through a military coup and later crowned himself the emperor in a lavish and bizarre coronation. Prior to becoming the president, Bokassa received only basic schooling before joining the French army, where he served in the colonial campaigns. Though not inclined academically, Bokassa was a master of manipulation and ruled with absolute dictatorship. His regime was brutal and extravagant, leading to him being overthrown in 1979. Number 4. Samuel Doe, Liberia. Samuel Doe was an authoritarian Liberian leader with limited education and rose to power from a poor background to become a master sergeant in the Liberian military. He led a violent military coup that killed President William Tolbert, ending the century of Americo-Liberian dominance. Though he was uneducated, Doe was a master in using tribal alliances and military force to consolidate power. Doe's regime was marked by rampant corruption, ethnic favoritism, and suppression of opposition leaders. Number 3. Isaias Afwerki, Eritrea. President Isaias Afwerki of Eritrea is considered one of the least formally educated African presidents, as he did not pursue any tertiary education. After completing his second education in 1965, he briefly enrolled for engineering at the now Addis Ababa University, but failed his first year exam. He would immediately quit university and join the Eritrean Liberation Movement, which led the Eritrean War for Independence from Ethiopia. Even though he lacks formal tertiary education, Afwerki has ruled Eritrea with absolute dictatorship, with his governance largely being shaped by military strategy rather than academics. Number 2. Yahya Jammeh, the Gambia. At the age of 29 years old, Yahya Jammeh became the president of the Gambia through a bloodless military coup after serving as a junior military officer. Though he had limited formal education and no university degree, his military background gave him enough leverage to maintain a firm grip on power for over 2 decades. Yahya Jammeh ruled the Gambia through a mixture of fear, charisma, and propaganda, and at one point claiming he had miracle medicine that could cure HIV and AIDS. Over time, international pressure started mounting on him to leave power, but he stayed in power until 2017 when he was forced into exile. Number 1. Idi Amin Dada, Uganda. Idi Amin Dada, one of Africa's most feared and controversial leaders, had almost no formal education and served in the British colonial army as a cook before rising through the military ranks due to his physical strength and loyalty. Amin became the president through a military coup in 1971, and his regime was marked by mass killings, economic decline, and extreme human rights abuses. Despite having limited formal education, Amin ruled with absolute dictatorship, projecting a strongman image both at home and abroad. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe as I bring you more information on the African continent, people, and culture.